is this about the postcard or does this woman just want to kill this guy?
We don't know what the postcard
I hate how
says.
you breathe.
If your name is
Bertha
Yalter, I
Yalter
feel like a lot of stuff
makes you mad.
Yeah.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When life goes so fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins.
Yeah, and you should also make adjustments for the rest of the year, and therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months.
Take a moment.
Yep.
Visit BetterHelp.com/DPT today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT. Hey, Toddies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population Moynihan. Bobby Moynihan. We are so happy to have you.
To the town.
Hi.
We like a fanfare
buddy.
at the beginning.
I was very fanfaric.
Fanfare?
Pop it up. We get it out there.
We're fan-furious over here.
Bobby or anybody else is new, we get 3 dumb stories sent in by our fans, and then we all just make fun of what happened.
Yes, it's all just trying to understand.
We've all got a steering wheel in
In
this
an
show.
effort to understand what is going on and why the world is getting dumber. So we're going to jump into this.
Let's
and
do it.
then once
We're
going to get into Unfrosted. We'll get into all the stuff you're doing. And then your unboxing series.
Unfrosted?
Oh, were you on Unfrosted? No.
Was it?
I don't know.
No, I like. Sorry.
You
look genuinely scared.
Oh, God, I was
Did
scared.
I do that wrong?
That was a
I want
solid
you to
prank.
do that
Great
again
plug.
when we come
Great
back.
plug.
That's right up there with my...
That's a good plug.
Bringing up someone with the wrong name. Like, even when it's friends of mine, I've been known to, like if we're tag teaming, I'm like, say your name to me. And they're like, dude, we know each other. I go, I just need this for the anxiety that I have.
Or
when
the
I'm gonna
bit
do this
that
wrong.
the bit that we were doing, that Randy was doing with Fred Armisen at Montreal, which was us
Never
like
Montreal.
having a conversation and being like, who is this person?
Who is he?
Do
I
you
don't
know
know
him?
who he
Do
is.
you know who this person is?
I think so.
This person right here.
That guy?
I have
no-
no idea. Do you know who this is?
No better bit than a Fred Armisen bit.
That bit we took so far.
My favorite Fred Armisen bit is they would start the countdown, like the 5-second countdown for SNL.
Yeah.
Like they'd go 5 seconds, and Fred would go, I can't see, I can't see, I can't see, and like 15 people would panic,
Scrambling.
genuinely panic,
Scrambling.
and then like he would just go on live television. It was.
Why can't you see? Like, that's the other thing. Is like, what is
He just lost his
right?
vision.
Your vision is gone.
It's the best.
A quick-
genuine concern.
Instant
it
blindness.
caused, yeah.
I love this story.
Who is he?
this guy?
I don't know who that
know
is,
who this person
but
is.
he's here.
Should we ask?
Did anybody ever write that for the table read? Guy who suddenly can't see?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, every one of them. He would get up like to go to the good nights.
Yeah.
He would get to the step. It's one step, and
He
he
would
would
trip
go
and
like, okay, and like it
Like
was
an
like
escalator.
he would psych himself up to take one step up.
Getting
it's
one.
constant bits. It was my
Okay.
favorite.
Love
bit.
it.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Sent in by
Let's do it.
Nick Bows at Chef Nick 80.
Take a bows.
Thanks so much, Nick.
Thank you, Chef.
This is
that
what
right?
the story he sent in.
Thank you, Chef is from the Bear. Yeah. Thank you.
And every restaurant. Okay, except for Subway. Okay, here we go.
And the Muppets.
You ever say that at the end when they finish your sandwich? Do you guys ever go, thank you, chef?
No, I say thank
I'm
you.
going to.
I do
say-
it all the time.
You know what I like to do is when I go on the Transformers ride at Universal Studios, I like
Great
to stop
ride.
and say thank you for your service.
You know what I say at Subway? I say thank you, artist. Because
Like
that's what they are.
At Chipotle, when they hand me the bag and they're like, have a good day, and I go, thank you, chef. And you always get a little, huh? But technically,
And then Dan says, and I'm just going to take all these little hot sauces. Are you cool with that?
I'm going to get the whole bottle. I mean, I could pour the whole thing into a container.
What do you
it makes
want me
no
to
difference.
do here? I'm going to take it.
Okay, here we go. This is so... You could pitch this as a sketch.
Let's hear it.
Headline alone. Florida man asks police if he can drink beer during his arrest.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to loosen him
The
up.
hubris.
I'm going down anyway. It's just beer. It's
Right.
not meth. I'm not driving while I'm doing
Look,
my
you're going to have
arrest.
to fill out a whole bunch of paperwork. Can I at least have a beer while we do this?
Don't you feel like this happens hundreds of thousands of times a day and there's
All the
no
time.
articles about it?
Yes.
Which is why Florida's Florida. 'Cause
Yeah.
They make everything public knowledge. That's why everything comes out.
You have the right to remain silent. Like
That
to me, it's
wasn't
like-
me. That was the can.
To me, I think it happened. To Bobby's point, I think it happens so much that they're like, "Can I drink a beer while you're trying to arrest me?" Cop opens up his trunk and it's like ice.
Oh,
and
yeah, sure.
Dazed and Confused trunk. Dazed and Confused
Tailgate.
trunk.
Tailgate.
Ice and just 80 beers. Bud Ice like locked.
I thought you were saying it happens so much.
Like music involved.
Yeah, it subs in the back. I thought you said it happens so much that the cops get to the point where they're like, "What beer?"
Yeah.
Like
What
they
do
have
you
a
want?
preference on whether or not.
I like something smooth with not a lot of bite.
Port Orange, Florida. No idea where that's at in the state.
Have you tried a Port Orange jail? It's unbelievable.
I bet that exists.
It does.
A Florida man who was wearing sunglasses at night. Now, if you're going to write that into the article, that's some of your personal feelings about this, right?
That's a choice. Talk about not being able to see. Do we need this detail in here? You're over 500 words, Debbie. I want it. Put it in. I want it. Put it in.
A Florida man who was wearing sunglasses at night asked officers to let him crack open another cold one shortly before he was arrested.
I think it all makes him sound more fun.
Yeah. Also, like, if someone in any situation,
Yes.
if someone's like, "Can I just have a beer before we do this?" You do feel some kind of feeling.
Yeah,
Gotta calm down a
it's
little
like
bit.
Johnny Sack at his wedding in Sopranos. Where it's like, can he give me a minute?
Can I get it?
Can I just have a
Do
little
you know
bit?
our Johnny Sack story? We've told this like so many times. I don't think we told it on this.
I don't know it. I
All
don't
right,
think.
so we were in D.C. doing shows. I forget where it was. The week that there was the Sopranos finale. Or like
Oh, wow.
2 episodes left.
So we're talking like 2007, 2008.
So
And The
this,
Sopranos was a TV show?
You motherfucker.
it's like Unfrosted. What? So so I don't know, it wasn't that long ago. I think it might have been a little bit later. Either way, we're in D.C. and we're driving to like Baltimore to do radio. This club is taking us or whatever. And we're listening to what's on the radio station before we're coming on. And they're interviewing
Always a
the
smart
actor
move.
who played Johnny Sack. And
Yeah.
I thought this guy was like an incredible actor. I'm like,
he
where?
did great.
What Juilliard program did he come from that caused him to like? Because he's just so smooth. I mean, Gandolfini was like that. Gandolfini was just a tremendous actor. Period. He also just happened to be perfect for that role, and he's intimidating. And I just particularly loved every acting choice this guy made. I'm like, he's definitely like classically trained Shakespearean. Like he probably has spent years in London trying to figure this stuff out. If someone told me that the guy had like he was from Australia, I'd be like, all right, this guy's incredible. So then they ask him, what is your process? Which is the question that I wanted to hear more than anything. This is what he said, and Jay and I almost drove off the road. What did he say? He said, I don't know. I literally wait for the person in front of me to stop talking, and then I don't even listen to them, and then I do my line. Like, you don't even listen to them? How are you this engaged? How are you this good? How are you like, even care what they're saying? I don't even listen to them.
This is David Chase.
He's like just Italian.
He's like, half the time I don't know if they're filming.
Yeah, right.
I just thought we were at a wedding.
I mean, it just Jay and I were like, what?
I went to an open audition for The Sopranos once, and the who auditioned right in front of me was Beetlejuice from Howard Stern.
No.
We were in a movie with Beetlejuice.
Congrats!
A long time ago. We did the Jake Gyllenhaal movie,
Bubble
Boy. We were in the thing, and he was in there, and I just remember like someone's like Beetlejuice and Vern
How'd the audition go?
and we were like, can we get them to fight? Like, or can we get him to sit on his lap?
Randy.
Jay and I were playing
How'd the audition
Siamese.
go?
Yeah.
Not well.
No, it did not go well.
Fair enough.
How do you think it went?
It wasn't even like it was like they held an open audition and just like Staten Island and Beetlejuice showed up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I feel like you had a
I
show.
feel like if he
It was
did
just thousands and thousands of people and chaos. And Beetlejuice he was wearing a cape.
God, I wish he had booked it.
course.
I wish he had booked
To
it.
me, yeah, I would love for him to come out of the audition, and you just look at him.
He was originally Johnny Sack, Beetlejuice.
You're like, how
And
did
they were
it-
like too much.
His process is
Yeah.
don't ask
I mean,
him.
you know,
It takes forever.
How did it-
Randy, what are you losing?
How did it
over?
go? And then he's like, pretty good. And then he just flies away with the cape.
I would love that.
You'd be like, where
Just ascends.
just takes off.
It's like a balloon with helium in it that just gets released.
Flies around the city.
Where's he going? To a better
So
place.
the dude asked the cop, "Can I crack a cold one before you arrest me?" The man had allegedly fired a gun during a dispute with a neighbor. The Port Orange Police Department said officers responded to a dispute between neighbors shortly before what time on Tuesday? Just for fun. When do you feel like this is going down? Guy wants another drink. Argued argued with his neighbor. He didn't shoot it at the neighbor.
I don't
would
think
not
this
have done
is
this
like
story.
I mean, normally this should be a 10 p.m. argument about like,
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
Noise.
this is going
Oh,
on.
I'm not saying because it's peculiar. I just thought
I
it'd be
think
fun.
it's 11 a.m.
Okay.
Right?
Bobby,
I
you want
think
to take a stab?
6:19
Love it.
p.m. or a.m.?
a.m.
A.m.
I'm going to say 6 p.m.
9 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Okay, there you go.
Body cam video shared by the police department shows the complaining neighbor, this is the one who's mad, alleging that the beer drinking neighbor drove by earlier, opened his window, and said he was going to shoot me. At that moment, a shot can be heard in the area. So he just did like a little office pop. You see what I mean? The complaining neighbor said the several neighbors were outside at the time of the shot. Officers
Wait, but
followed.
how did he drive by and do it? Like slow and just.
Oh, I hope it's too fast. No, I hope too fast. Where he's like, "What?" He's like, "Gonna shoot you." Like, slow down if you're gonna yell.
So I showed my daughter. There was across my TikTok feed came the Mr. Microphone commercial. I don't know if you're probably not old.
I remember it.
Where like these two guys in a convertible have the Mr. Microphone. It's like the first time anyone's ever heard their
Yeah,
voices
isn't this like
amplified.
weirdly problematic with women? Or
Oh
something?
yeah, he drives
it's
by and
terrible.
he's like, "Hey, good looking, be back to pick you up in a few minutes." I'm like, "No, you're not."
There's a whole porn genre
No, you're
built
not.
around this commercial.
I would love.
like a
I would love it
Jeffrey
if he
Epstein.
had a Mr. Microphone.
Sure.
I'll be back to shoot you in a few minutes.
Yes. Here's the weird thing. The shot goes off while the cop was responding to the guy just saying, my neighbor came by earlier and said he was going to shoot me.
When does the
and while
bullet
they're
come
standing
down?
there, they just hear a gunshot. So then he goes, you see what I mean? That what a power move for the person
To
who's
the
mad.
cops?
Like, look at
Huh? I'm not lying.
officers followed the
case is
sound
proved.
and found the suspect. This name, Brett McPeak.
He McPeaked in high school. I want to say.
Yeah.
He McPeaked when he worked at
Have
McDonald's.
you guys had the McPeak? It's seasonal.
Is it?
It's seasonal,
It's
but
a
it's so
seasonal-
much. It
it's
shouldn't.
a-
it shouldn't be that good.
You got to ask for Sherpa sauce.
And no
You got to
pickles.
ask for Sherpa
It's a
sauce.
seasonal dessert.
With pickles. You got to go no pickles. I don't know why they tested it with pickles.
McDonald's is doing
Dan, you, by the way,
I remember
way
when
off
the
topic.
I remember when the McPeak was $1.
Dan, way off
We all
topic.
do. You know that In-N-Out has a chicken sandwich off menu, like a
That's impossible.
not impossible secret menu chicken and onion rings.
Where's the chicken come from?
I don't know.
The garbage.
Yeah. I was gonna say Raising Cane's.
I'm
There's
telling
no
you,
way.
Dan.
You've ordered it.
No, I saw a thing on it, and then I
think
I
you
checked
got
with my
pranked.
15-year-old son
I think
because
you got
he's the
pranked.
authority on that, and he said yes.
I don't know if I could ever order off a secret menu for fear that I would be like, give me the chicken sandwich and be like,
Then like
what
drugs
are you-
coming to you,
like,
in
what are
a
you
bag
talking
of
about? No,
meth.
that they
Oh.
would just look at me like, what are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talking
yes.
about?
Yeah, yeah. I would
Like
get
you
that
did to
anxiety
him
too.
on
Yeah, I don't want to
I'm
walk
with
into
you
that situation.
100%.
And people know you, so like there's a moment where that becomes the story they tell.
I can always just tell them I'm Artie Lang and get away with it.
Dude, you are playing Artie Lang in the Artie Lang story.
Brett,
Oh, I could only
You're going to
hope.
need a ton of plastic surgery.
Yeah, just a little.
Your nose is going to have to cave in.
Brett McPeak. So they go to Brett McPeak's house. He's outside in front of his residence.
Of course.
A woman can be heard saying, "That's him. I'm telling you." An officer directs McPeak to
I
show.
love the woman in the background not coming out of the house. There he is.
Yep. An officer directs McPeak to show his hands and stay where he is. To which McPeak replies, "Quote:
2 beers.
I'm cracking this beer, okay." Now he did ask.
He didn't. He,
He
said,
said,
okay.
"Cracking this beer,
Question
okay?"
mark. Question mark. No, that's like.
Also, if you hold the beer in front of you, you are showing your hands.
Yeah, this is both.
But
hands.
the asking, so we get mad at our son sometimes when he's like, "I'm going out on Friday." Okay, I'm like,
You're not asking.
You're not really asking. You're saying what you're doing, and then you're at the end
Seeking for validation.
Yeah, you want to validate it. So he didn't really say, "Would it be okay if I cracked it?" Right?
Right. No.
He didn't really ask.
I'm doing it already.
This is the next statement that comes. I'm sorry if this upsets you.
Right.
I'm sorry if you're upset.
You can't
by
handle
this.
this.
If
The
you
officer
can't-
If
asked
this
Mc-
bums you out,
right. I'm sorry that you get bummed out by things like this.
Let
now
me
it's
know.
on.
Yeah.
Let me know.
my side of the street is clean.
Right.
The officer asks McPeak if he has any firearms. He says no. The officer asks if there are firearms inside the house. He says yes. Speaking over the radio, the officer said McPeak has 2 beers in his hand. Now,
How
that's
you,
pushing it.
are you going the finger
I can't remember the last time I did that in my life. A double open.
while you're holding it in the air?
Yeah, that's
and flip them, catch them, and pour both.
that's called stone colding it.
It's
Double
correct.
streaming it.
Yeah.
Well, so that's called. So
Oh, hell yeah. You take them both time. Get them ducats. Pop them son of a bitches for the working man. What?
so
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
shotgunning is you stick a pen.
I'm glad you did.
This is a double barrel shotgun.
Uh-huh. That's right, Vince.
Speaking of
What?
double barrel, who's sponsoring this podcast?
What?
I hope Faraday. The officer, he says, here your response. So he's got the beers in each hand. Then he says, "This beer is cold, sir, and I want to drink it. Come check me." The officer declined, and McPeak said, "Well, I'm going to drink this beer if that's cool."
It's not cool. No one said it was cool.
Right.
You're now just putting words in people's
You
mouth.
don't need my hands to pat me down, is what I think he's trying
How
to say.
could I? Anytime anybody who's
We're all
done
picturing
something
Ice
wrong
House canned, right?
applies their logic to it, how could I get to this knife from
McPeak-
over here?
Well, you're right.
Imagine how much easier it would be to arrest people though if they were just like, have a beer. Just sit over there.
What did I? It's the Doritos
This
thing.
is Jason's longest running thing.
My friend's friend is a cop in Hollywood, Laurel Canyon way, and he said he keeps like boxes of Doritos,
Costco
snack
boxes.
size,
Just diffuses the situation.
and he says, "Crazy
have some of
person
that.
with a knife, crazy person with a knife." He's like, "Hey man, let me give you this bag of Doritos. Give me
I
the
would
knife.
do-
Give me the knife, and we'll
This
sit
really
and
is
talk about
one
it."
of my favorite forms of
Anything.
policing.
If any situation somebody hands you a bag of
Doritos, you're
it
just
changes everything.
Changes everything. You've now that is the Doritos de-escalation.
Do you know how many parties I've been to where the bowl of Doritos was my only friend?
Well, also you're
Yeah,
keeping it from people.
Jason,
Yeah, that too.
Dan, if you do this on a bowl of Doritos, put the arm
If you
around.
stand in front of it.
yeah, because then people think you brought it, so you can have them all.
Scan the room to see who's coming.
Hey, if you guys don't eat all these burritos, I'm taking them. I'm gonna drink the beer. Is that cool? McPeak insists he's done nothing wrong.
He hasn't.
He then complies with orders to keep his hands up and arrested without incident. According to police, McPeak was not in possession of a firearm when he was taken into custody, but a search warrant at his property.
So now, do we think the
Found a couple
neighbors
of guns.
just kind of calling him out?
So did he?
No,
shoot the
because they
gun?
found a spent shell casing. McPeak was booked into the Volusia County Jail with no bond charges of assault, of aggravated assault with a firearm, and using a firearm while under the influence of alcohol.
Can I finish my beer before I go into jail?
Story number one in the books: Brett McPeak, the guy who just wants a drink.
There you
Poor
go.
guy.
I know.
Yeah, it's not really.
Jason, if I order chicken at In-N-Out, I might ask somebody to film me doing it.
Will you FaceTime me when you do it?
I'm just gonna be so mad at you.
Can we go on?
No,
I'll do. I'll do it, and then I'll let you know how it is.
fair enough.
For sure.
Jay, you do it. All right, when we come back from the break, we're going to find out that Bobby was in fact in the movie Unfrosted. You can see
I
him in that.
still don't know if that's true.
Okay,
but we'll
we're
figure it
gonna
out.
determine that in the break. We come back and we'll find out what Daniel's got going on, how you can support him. It's Dumb People Town. The great Bobby Moynihan. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey gang, welcome back. I hope you had a nice little break. Made yourself a Dagwood sandwich, just sitting down to
Called a
enjoy.
relative. Called a relative you haven't talked to in a
Said
while.
I love you.
That was a long break. That was 15 hours.
15-hour break.
The fact that you stayed through the whole thing is remarkable.
I
and you had
didn't
a lot
know it
of,
was going to be
We have to take it.
that long.
By union rules,
by the FCC
we're not allowed to work you past.
and by the FAA. The FAA regulates this podcast.
flight.
Wow.
So we are regulated by two different organizations. Speaking of being regulated, Daniel,
I am regulated.
tell us how people can support you first and see your wonderful special.
Follow me at Daniel Van Kirk on all social media or at Daniel Van Kirk Comedy on YouTube, where you can watch my special Rose Gold.
Great
I hope you
special.
check it out. I hope you share it. I hope you like it. You can pick the order in which you do those things. Go to danielvankirk.com for all of my dates. You can watch my movie Wine Club. It's now free on Tubi.
Hey,
I know.
I'm in.
I got on Tubi.
You're in Wine Club?
Yeah, he's in Wine Club. He plays the wine.
Hey.
It's so good. He tastes wonderful. So
he kind of
uncredited.
disappears
Weird.
into his character.
Yeah, he really does.
I don't know when this drops. If it's before the 18th, then I'm in Wisconsin at the Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake, Wisconsin. Otherwise, I have my own week of shows. It's Hub City Comedy Week, my own little comedy festival with tons of great comics, people from LA, people from Chicago. You don't know who's going to show up. Go to danielvankirk.com. It's at the Lincoln Lodge, the 16th to the 21st. Hub City Comedy Week.
And then let's do
it's
that.
my excuse to live in Chicago for
Do
10
that
days.
Dumb People Town there. We'll make that.
Oh,
happen,
we could.
okay?
We could plan it whenever we want.
do it.
All right, let's settle this once and for all. Are you or are you not a member of the Communist Party? And in the movie Unfrosted.
Both.
Okay,
Oh.
good. So you're in this
Who do you play?
fantastic.
Tell me.
In the Communist Party,
Yeah.
I was
Who do you
Chef
play?
Boyardee.
Okay,
That's what you were assigned?
Chef Bolshevik RD.
I play Chef Boyardee whenever I can.
Perfect.
If you can. I suggest it. It's
Now, what was the process for you finding your Boyardee?
fun. Duolingo.
Really?
So that
Bobby,
it's
you're
a
the best.
no chef instead of a yes chef.
Yeah, I just listened to Duolingo. I literally would just have, or I would go, "Hey Siri, how do you say this line in Italian?" And then I would just repeat it.
That's fantastic. Did you?
Because we talked to Andy Daly, and he was like, "Yeah, with Quaker Oats guy, I got to kind of find the character for however I wanted this person."
But
to
like,
be.
if you ask people what does Chef Boyardee sound like, most people
Or his
have
attitude.
like a vague.
He was a real guy.
Yeah.
He was like a real, actually fascinating. A lot of them have like crazy, amazing
Histories,
backstories.
yeah.
But no, I just.
Duolingo.
did you watch?
and Dua Lipa gave you some.
I
good,
had
Dua
Dua
did.
Lipa tell me all the stuff. She reads all my Duolingo.
She doesn't know anything about languages, but I learned how to speak French from Dua Lipa.
Yeah. Same.
Did you happen to watch? This might be such a dumb question, but there's a thing on History Channel called "The Food That Built America," and they did a Chef Boyardee episode. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Okay, I'm sure just in your own research, knowing it's all the same stuff, but it is really remarkable.
I
like
swear
how
by
that
a
company
can
came
of
to
Chef
be.
Boyardee red sauce ravioli. I swear by that.
They were. It was
Solid.
It was all you had.
How
was
was
the
okay?
best.
Can I ask a dumb question about like the actual production itself? How good was craft services on this shoot? Was it just like
A
incredible?
lot of Pop-Tarts.
Thank you. I'm sure.
I believe it.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Pop Tart? Seriously, what if like?
Brown cinnamon sugar.
So
brown
good.
sugar.
What about
Cinnamon,
you?
brown sugar.
Just like the strawberry with the white frosting.
Okay, Jay, what do you?
I like I think it's like Rocky Road, so it's like chocolate with marshmallow.
That's s'mores, and I love
S'mores.
that, and I absolutely love that one. But I'm like, the fact that they can just. I'm all for them. Giving,
Strawberry with sprinkles on the frosting.
There was a
Crazy.
Batman and Robin one-off where they had like a Mr. Freeze themed Pop-Tart that had clear sprinkles like ice
Oh my god.
on the frosting.
And you're like,
it was absolutely delicious.
In that moment, it's like you're rooting for your kid to do something great. You're like, go,
So we can crack these open.
We're all proud of you.
And in Unfrosted, you beat Beetlejuice out for this. right?
Correct. Beetlejuice.
Audition for that
yeah.
very role.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to watch this movie. I'm weirdly, I have a flight next week, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait that long. I love when you have a great
I'm gonna
movie
hit
to
it
watch
before that.
on a plane.
Oh, I mean,
It gets me so excited.
I was on a plane flight last night, and I had
A plane flight?
plane flight, and it was just a plane. It was just a plane.
Just a
No
normal
frills.
Bobby, it was a
plane.
plane flight. PLAIN.
Oh, we got you.
Just a
got you.
plane flight and a PLANE. And
I took a car drive.
you did over here?
Yeah.
How? I took a plane drive, and so we've been flying back and forth in various places that Delta flies. So.
Sure.
I'm now really familiar with like all the things, and I've watched all the things I want to watch. And so,
Wait, did you guys pick an airline?
no, but we've
okay,
just been
all right.
flying to that
Side
area
story.
of the country.
Personal
We
side
need
story.
to. We're
Personal
like
side
dumb.
story.
We're so
We really
dumb.
need
Personal side story. Sorry, keep
We
going.
got to pick an airline. But anyway, and so I wish I had that, like one of those. I watched the whole first season. I'd never seen it of Barry, and I just thought it was
Oh, nice.
fantastic.
God
I was
damn,
like,
it's
God
great.
damn. This
I
is
always preload my iPad and then I set it up on
smarter
the thing.
than
So
me.
this is my.
You're a smarter man than me.
I really can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, Unfrosted. I can't wait to watch.
A lot of
it.
fun on set, I imagine.
Yeah, well, it's a lot. There were so
like
many insane
everybody.
people in it.
Yeah.
It was.
Did you?
That was
Who
a
did
blast.
you work with? Who you hadn't worked with before, and you're like, oh, I love this person. Now.
A bunch of people. I mean, like me and Tom Lennon got to do a bunch of stuff together, and that was just like
He's a
it's like,
fucking
hey,
gem.
like getting a phone call that's like, hey, Jerry Seinfeld wants to know if you want to come hang out and be funny with Tom Lennon for like 3 months. You're
yes.
like, yeah, that would be great.
Yes.
I would love to.
Yes, I would.
Yes, that
Yeah.
would.
Just
be
also, he's such a great hang. Period.
He's really good at being a human.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tom Lennon. He's really good at like inviting you. Like he's fantastic. I'm tired. He's great.
Chicago guy.
Yeah, he's just really good at life.
I love it.
I love
I
Tom.
mean, we've known him since New York.
Oh, is that true?
90s, state,
Wow.
all that back there when we were doing our show.
Well, everybody who listens to this show better go watch Unfrosted.
Yes, you just do
I'm
it.
going to
Just do it.
And you're constantly doing shows around town. I feel like lately,
Have you been
like you've been
performing?
doing, like you've done the.
I'm doing a lot of ASCAT at UCB. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
doing a lot of improv.
Yes.
Again, yeah,
Love it.
it's fun.
And the last improv show, I know
Yeah,
you joined those guys quite a bit.
Last improv
Yeah,
show,
a lot of
Dan
my
Black,
friends. Yeah,
Christina
fun.
Kalf at Dynasty Typewriter. It's a blast.
So good.
people should go.
All right,
Go
so
see him.
Go see this.
Do
guy.
it, damn it. All right.
All right, Rand, where are we
Shall I
going?
jump into this one?
Yeah, let's crush it.
This one is a story about how creativity is an amazing thing and can get you into trouble. Like, we all are creative people. We all try and do creative things.
Yep.
This person did. All right, sent in by We Talk About Practice at @notagame_3.
Thanks
Love
so
this
much,
guy.
buddy.
Did you see the Iverson statue that they did?
I did not.
So they did.
But
this
they all
was-
look like that. I don't think that's what people know.
This was.
It's very tiny.
It's
super
a tiny,
small.
But they're all tiny.
I'm
Did
like,
you
is
know
it a
that?
Heisman Trophy or is it a statue? I know they're all small, but they did put it in front of the practice facility, which I think was nice. All right, you ready for this? Here's the headline. Car's DIY rubber bumper leads to bomb threat with schools put on lockdown, businesses closed for hours.
First of all, they need to be better at writing a
I
headline.
know. Someone did a DIY bumper, but it's not in the front. It's on
And
the
it made
side.
people think it was a bomb
Yep.
attached to a car.
Well, you're going to find out about this, all right?
Jesus.
First of all, I love in the story how...
Side bumper?
Is it just
Can I just
Bondo?
say that I love in the story how the town snaps into action? You want your town
Okay.
to snap into action like this, even though it was an inconvenience. Everybody was on point in terms of protecting the people, and I love how annoyed all the people were that it was nothing. So, okay, as we get into this,
Oh, they're mad that it wasn't a bomb.
a Tennessee man's DIY rubber bumper caused a false bomb threat
Rubber
and led to local businesses closing and nearby schools being sent into lockdown forever. Police in Murfreesboro, which, have you ever been to the Bonnaroo Festival? Did you ever do that?
I've never had.
Never
So
done
that's,
that.
I believe, in Murfreesboro.
Did you guys do Bonner?
No, I always wanted. We're called to First Watch Restaurant. First, is that a place? Didn't we have one?
There's
in
a
St.
First
Louis?
Watch in St. Louis.
Right.
I thought
That's
First Watch was like a,
like a breakfast.
procedural
No,
on
it's
NBC.
First Watch is a procedural with Mariska
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 Moronsko.
Moronsko
Harstigay.
Hartigay.
Marzipan, did you say?
Murfreesboro Hartigay.
Okay.
And reported a bomb strapped to a car in a parking lot of the Health Minded Cafe. Why do we have to call it a Health Minded Cafe?
Oh, that's a shitty name too.
Right?
Just because they
No,
serve
that's-
egg whites as an option.
Right. Suddenly they're
Now
health
it's a health food
We
restaurant?
serve one sprout in one breakfast. And
What's
now
the
we're
name of this
suddenly-
place?
First Watch, Dan. You know the show.
I literally thought we were at a place called Health Minded Cafe.
No, they're calling it the health. By the
I
way,
get it, I
they
get it,
put
I
it
get
in
it.
quotes
I'm back
too.
on
So
board.
are they health minded or not, Bobby? When the officers arrived, they found 2 white cloths duct taped to the passenger's side.
I can only drink 2 White Cloths.
I
I
don't
get drunk.
like white cloths. Anyway, they found.
I said that the other day. I said pickleball is to sports what White Claw is
is-
to alcohol.
That's right. They found
bad.
2 white cloths.
is-
Old
That
women,
tracks.
old women love it, and we're questioning whether or not it is alcohol.
That's right.
And it can hurt you more than you think.
That's right. And get the fuck out of the kitchen in both. All right. They found 2 white cloths duct taped to the passenger's side of a gray sedan with wires running around it to the front door handle. Don't attack. Like, I understand if you're in the parking lot and you're like, everyone's dinging my door. I gotta do something to create a bumper on the side so that when you park in a parking lot, no one dings your door when they open.
Oh, this
up
is
their-
like what people do in cities for their trunks and their bumpers. Those little blanket things
right.
that come
So,
out.
but
Pool
don't
noodle.
have wires sticking out of that. Right? Doesn't
No,
that-
you get a pool noodle.
That's right. Pool noodle.
Noodle with
Straight up duct tape a pool
I have
noodle.
thought
too.
about this so much.
That would do it in a heartbeat.
That's it.
Why isn't pool noodle making car
car noodle.
bumper? Car noodle.
I think sharks.
Call it
Go talk
canoodle.
to shark.
Where I
Tank.
park my
think we
car-
go
We
to
When
that.
are we pitching this?
We
Where
literally
I park my car, where I live, my neighbor has no idea how to park. I'm talking like doesn't pull in far enough, is like over the line. Multiple times of me like taking photos and being like, "Hey, do you see how this isn't? You're in the spot." And I've literally said I should just rig up something with pool noodles because they've hit my
I have a pool
door.
noodle in my garage on the wall,
So that you
if
don't
I
hit it.
I get the
Yes.
pool noodle.
That is so
It's-
smart.
Do you have the tennis ball?
We had a tennis
No,
ball
I
hanging
just have the
down.
pool noodle.
Pool noodle, great call.
So
But
when
tennis ball to where the windshield hits the
hits it
tennis
and then
ball,
you
and you know
climb.
you're
Right.
too far.
and then you don't want to get to the pool
That's too
noodle.
tempting to me because then I want to hit it.
You want to hit it hard and let it bounce.
If you see a box in the middle of a street as you're driving, do you drive over it?
No, because of was it Maximum Overdrive? That movie where they do they do that and there's a kid in it.
God, no.
There was like a
No.
movie or like it was some movie back in the 80s where like a pile of leaves or something and there was a kid in it. Like playing,
So
and it was like
sad.
I was like always I don't know I was like,
You're like, "There's a
before
kid
I
under-"
drove a car I was like,
like,
I know one thing I
I
can't
will
do.
never drive through a pile of leaves ever again.
never kill a
So
child by
duct
accident.
tape to the passenger side of the gray sedan.
I'm just saying, if I see a gray sedan pulling up into First
If I
Watch,
see a
I'm
gray
like, there's
sedan,
bomb.
period.
Yeah, you're
Bomb.
like, bomb in there.
All businesses in the shopping plaza were evacuated for nearly 2 hours as a precaution, so the Murfreesboro police. They told us there was a bomb threat and basically screamed at us to get out of the building. I mean,
Yeah, they
if
should.
there is a bomb threat, like, don't
I love
get
the person.
mad.
Yeah, I love the person who's like, you don't have to be rude about
Hey,
trying to save
I'm
me.
just
The,
trying
the article should be called "Town is Boring,"
Yes.
and for a minute it wasn't, and people are pissed.
Right.
I'm just trying to finish my health-minded breakfast.
Why
are you
yelling at me?
Several Rutherford county schools located 5 miles from the scene were placed on lockdown after the investigators looked into the address connected to the car's license plate. A police supervisor contacted the car's owner, who was standing on the other side of the street with the other evacuees, unaware that
it was
his
them.
car prompted the thing.
He's like, you hear about this bomb threat?
What's crazy going on, guys?
Apparently, someone's rigged
did a
something up on the side of their car.
I'm gonna
Friggin' idiot.
put a thing.
he's
get
bitching
this.
the most.
He's like, get this. This idiot put something on the side of his car.
Wires coming out, this asshole.
This idiot.
And you know he's on the other side being like, what? This is what happens. You get an open border. This is what happens.
So I'm going to show you a picture of what it is so you can see what he did. And you tell me if you would look at it and be like, this is crazy. All right. So that's
I
it.
would not think that's a bomb.
No.
See the wires?
Yeah, but I would
wires.
think that this is a idiot.
This.
Why doesn't someone say, you know, we did a story years ago of a person who joined their own search party. They had no idea that the person everyone was looking for and that they had joined in to help was them.
Hope
You
we
ever see
find
the
him.
old video of the people outside? It's like people outside of a movie theater protesting Kevin Smith's movie, and they panned online and Kevin.
There's
Smith
Kevin
was
Smith.
like,
Yes, and he went.
and then they interview him. He's like, I think it's
Terrible.
That
This
is-
film
That was
is
Dogma, right?
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah. I think it was.
The owner confirmed that the, quote, bomb was his attempt to rubber bumper with suction cups on the passenger side door to prevent dents while being parked. This is what I said. We had a massive response to this location to find out what this man was trying to prevent his car from being dented. Larry Flowers, a public
What a great name.
That feels like a character you've played, Larry Flowers.
I wish.
Public information officer from Murfreesboro Police.
Maybe
and
Larry
Fire.
Flowers is drunk uncle's actual name.
Larry Flowers.
His real name was Dale Norway. It never came out.
Never came
I think
out?
it was like the last one we wrote. We were gonna say his name was Dale Norway, but it got
great
cut.
Bobby, I have a thing I've always thought about that character.
I love that character
In
so
the early 90s, Drunk Uncle would have been a sketch instead of a weekend
Desk
update
piece.
piece.
Probably, yeah.
That because they did so many like
With a theme
he's
song.
Head Wound Harry,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
this, he's the no memory, like yeah, he
It
would have
would've-
been like,
He's
and
fine.
it would have
every
been
Thanksgiving.
yes, and it would have just been constant family scenarios.
So let's do the theme.
Wait, wait,
he's fun and he's
I've
drunk.
thought- I've thought
the
that
kids call him
forever.
Unc. He's drunk,
Uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Drunkle. He's
And
your
then a big
drunkle.
long burp.
Yeah, a big long
It's
burp.
me.
I'm not for everybody.
Right. And it's always like they're taking pictures for prom. Like it's just, you know.
Wait,
oh.
was that when you pitched that the first time? I just have to know. Did you play it out? Did you do a whole bit of it to pitch it to the room, or were you like, I'm doing this thing. This is a character I have. It's ridiculous.
I remember that week I wrote a character sketch of a guy who sold suits. It was a guy getting his wedding suit because I was getting my wedding suit, and there was a guy named Lionel who sold me my suit, and he had an L like Laverne on his shirt. Everything was monogrammed,
Right. Yes.
and everything I said, he just kept saying, "Stop wasting my time." And I was like, this guy is an SNL character. This is going to crush.
100%.
I spent 13 hours like writing and working on this sketch, thinking it was going to be my magnum opus on SNL. And I walked into Colin Jost's office at 5 a.m. and he was like, I got to write something for Update. You got anything? Like, I was like, I don't know. I do this drunk character. He was like, maybe like a drunk uncle guy. And I was like, yeah. Well, 15 minutes later, we were like, that's something. I'll see you tomorrow.
Holy shit!
Went home.
Did the other sketch make it on?
Rehearsed everything, bombed instantly at the table, Lionel, and then
Fudge.
I was like, well, at least I got this other thing at the second half of the table read, and it was like the second I did it, I was like, oh, not only do I think I'm going to do that, I think that's the first time that'll come back.
Come back.
Like, it was like I instantly went like, oh man, oh, there's that one. It was that one. Got it.
See, we never know. We never
But
know.
yeah, it was weird.
So you thought it was gonna bomb, but it didn't. Speaking,
I
of the
didn't
car.
think anything of it.
Speaking
Yeah,
of the
speak of
car.
car.
Yeah, of course you didn't think anything because it was like an add-on at the last
Yeah,
minute.
and the first one that we did, I put this thing on I was like all sketch about how I put this thing on the side of my car so that people wouldn't hit it.
Perfect.
The school lockdowns were lifted after Tennessee Highway Special Operations Unit gave the all clear. You know, like the people. I wanted to see like the people who were like, we're all. I'm gonna go around the school and give the all clear.
I'm gonna let them
Surprised
know.
they didn't send a robot in. People love it. I mean, I'm all for see something, say something, but like, you don't have to say something about everything.
So no charges. So
I
this
saw
is
at the airport. I saw them to an old man in a wheelchair, like start wanding him. I'm like, what is he gonna do?
You never know.
What is he going to
you don't
do?
know what's in that wheelchair.
You don't know who sent him?
Thank you. Thank you. No charges
His
were
name
filed.
was Alan Jazeera,
That's
which
weird.
I felt was they were profiling.
That would do it.
No charges were filed against the car's owner. So this is what I like too.
course not.
That they're like, all right, we screwed up. We were being overly cautious. We're not going to charge you with anything.
Yeah.
But also don't have wires sticking out of the towels that are on your
To
door.
me, they should have removed
Sounds
those
like-
two
sounds like an
things and said
abusive mother.
everyone gets a couple slams
couple
of
of
the door
thi-
into
right?
dent his door a little bit.
We're going to park close to you and open up the car.
If no one in this story says no more wired doors, like, are we even?
No more wired doors. Because there was no intent to cause harm, the department announced. That's it. Just a fun little story
I
about
love
a guy.
that they're like, because we messed up.
Right.
We decided not to yell
You
at
know what?
this guy.
That's our bad. Hey, breakfast at everybody on First Watch. I don't go for that healthy stuff.
Oh, imagine
you know I don't like that
Imagine
healthy
the
stuff.
restaurant complaints with this stuff.
Yeah. Is it a
So I'm not
greasy
paying for
spoon?
breakfast, right? Like I'm not paying
Oh,
because you
know
guys
this,
made
dude.
me leave for a bomb.
So now I'm going to go back in and eat my
Also,
Spanish omelet cold. Okay.
Okay, my avocado is brown now. That's how long we stood outside
You
for
were
your
outside
fake
for
bomb.
so long. You fake bomb. There you go.
Give
That's-
us a tease, Jay.
All right. Even if you're in a relationship for a really long time, things can get heated.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's this
Good
last
to know.
story.
That's what being in a relationship is. It just gets heated.
A lot of heat. We'll be back after this brief message. Take another 15 hours, and we'll come back with the
I was going
last
to say, this ain't going to be brief.
This ain't going to be brief on our end. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and I just want to take stock in the year that has already gone by. I just picked up my
we're about
daughter.
halfway done.
Yeah, I just picked up Daisy from college and brought her back. Her first year of college is done.
My son's first year of high school is done. Half the year is almost over. It's gone so quickly. When you think about that, you need to take a moment in your life, take stock in what you've done, celebrate your wins.
We
talk
say
about
this
all
is
the time.
on stage. We say this as parents. We got to start celebrating the wins out there.
Take
in
some
this world.
dubs in your life,
Take
right?
some dubs. Celebrate it. Take stock in it.
And therapy, we are therapy guys. My wife is a therapist. We've all been in our own therapy. We understand that therapy can help you take stock in those moments and understand their significance.
also
in your
figure
life.
out what is progress, set goals. I mean, these are
It's
things
100%.
that sometimes you need somebody else as you speak it out there to help you sort of put that stuff in order. And BetterHelp is just
Yeah, if you're thinking of
fantastic.
starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. I love that. So many options for you to be able to say, oh, this is when I have time. Time to talk about, oh, this is going good. What was a pattern there? How can I work on that? How can I keep
replicate
doing
it?
that sort
Yeah.
of behavior?
Yes.
All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists. You know I love that. At any time, I always believe you have the ability to find the person who's right for you. That's so great. And there's no additional charge for it. So take a moment, visit betterhelp.com/DPT today. You get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DPT.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. I hope you had a nice, what was it, 13 hours?
That
what
was
did we do?
13. That was a little bit
like
better.
a layover.
Flight to London.
We're in golden hour now.
We're happy.
What are you guys doing? Tell everybody where to find you, where to follow you, where to have fun with you.
All right, so here's the deal. If this drops before, and again, we just have to give the disqualifiers.
You never know.
The disqualifiers? The qualifiers. That if this drops before May 17th and 18th, we're going to be in Salt Lake City at the Great Wise Guys Comedy Club in Jordan
Do
Landing.
not forget to tell Keith this.
I will do that. And then we just had a couple dates. We're going to be in Dallas. We're working in Dallas. Let's see if we can do some stand-up
Hyenas?
shows. Yeah, we're going to do Fort Worth on Wednesday, the 20th or 19th, and then the 20th of June will be in the downtown Dallas one. And then we're in Houston that weekend. Supersklars.com has
Dan
all
might
of it.
step up and do a
Dan
guest
might
set.
come and do
Who
guest
knows?
sets, so come and see
Let's
us. Dan's
go.
going to be there. And then just all of our tagged shows that we do at Largo and at the Comedy Store. Thanks to everyone who came out. Even though we're recording this before, I'm assuming it's
You already
dropping
know.
after. May 8th to the Netflix is a Joke one that we did, the sold-out one at the Comedy Store. So thank you to all those. We love you, and we'll let you know about other good stuff that is happening as it trickles down.
Let's do it. All right, here. This is sent in by Ben Sass. At Ben Sass. Thanks.
You mean wasn't he like
He's
a congressman?
Ben Sass, and he always comes back at you.
What?
I'm trying to do an SNL.
That's another
character.
SNL theme song.
He always
That's
comes
sass.
back at you.
Yeah, he's got sass.
Okay. Isn't he like a conservative pundit?
I thought he was.
That's been someone else. All right.
No, I think
Woman bites, attempts to kill husband after he received postcard from ex-girlfriend from 60 years ago.
Wow.
Wait, he found the postcard from 60 years ago.
Or it got delayed.
The
in the
girlfriend,
middle,
I think,
Doc
was from
Brown.
60 years ago, and it's a.
Doc Brown, Marty, if you get this.
I'm sending the postcard.
Wait, so a
He-
postcard?
Like a postcard got lost for 60 years.
No, the
came-
girlfriend was from 60 years ago. I think he
And
got him.
she got lost
Suddenly,
in the mail?
Suddenly, he gets a postcard.
Yes,
Who's
that's
this
what
from?
Bobby's saying, that
My
it gets-
girlfriend from 60 years ago. It's not a 60-year-old postcard. It's a new postcard from an old relationship.
She's like, are you getting postcards from this bitch all the time? Where is she? Why is she sending you
Do
postcards?
you still get jealous at 80? Who cares? Like I feel
Right?
like I'm not gonna. I feel like if my wife got a postcard from anyone, I'd be like,
I think that would be like the highlight of our day. We get
Good
we
for
get
you.
to talk about
Let's
this.
talk about this schmo for a while.
Get into it.
A North Miami Beach woman is facing serious charges. That's what the article says. They don't even want to tell you what they are. Serious for trying to
Serious-
bite and kill a guy after she's accused of trying to kill her husband after he received a postcard from an ex-girlfriend from 60 years ago and the rest.
And
were-
I never saw the movie, but is this the plot of Postcards from the Edge? It is.
The Lake House.
Oh, okay. This is the Lake House?
according
Misery?
to the report, shortly before what time? Sunday.
Well,
Like, when are they having this fight?
this is a 7 a.m. and they've been up
this
for
is-
3 hours.
Yeah, this is Sunday morning. You're 7 a.m.?
7 a.m. They've been up for 3 hours.
yeah, I say 9 a.m.
I think it probably started around 7 or 9. But we
then
got
the call
a lot of
got biting.
passive. We got a lot of silent passive aggression.
And
in
the
this
biting
relationship.
happened when, Dan?
11.
Okay.
11 a.m., 4 p.m. How about that?
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
North Miami
So
Beach.
right before dinner.
So I was right.
They respond to the home, 3500 block of Northwest 169th Street, if you're doing the walking tour.
Sure.
Reports the domestic dispute had turned physical. The preliminary investigation revealed that Bertha Yalter, I'm not going to tell you how old she
What
is,
a
you'll
name.
guess,
Bertha Yalter.
and her husband were involved in a dispute after an ex-girlfriend from 60 years ago sent him a postcard. Is this about the postcard, or does this woman just want to kill this guy?
We don't know what the postcard
I hate how
says.
you breathe.
If your name is
Bertha
Bertha
Yalter.
Yalter, I feel like a lot of stuff.
Makes you mad.
Yeah.
She doesn't let a lot of stuff roll off her back.
How long they been married? How long you think these guys have been married? I know.
Well, it's from 60 girlfriends from
ago.
60 years ago.
So how long have these guys been married?
57 years.
57?
2.
you could there is
By
logic
the way,
there.
you could be
There
right.
I
is
know the
logic
answer, and I'm
there.
saying you could be right. You're not, but you
That
could
is
be.
such a
Thank you.
great, bold guess. I love that.
75. No, they've been married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that can't be.
They've been married.
600 years.
Yeah. They've been married. I mean, maybe they're vampires. We
True.
don't know these
Does
people.
it say anything about
By the way,
there's
does
it say anything about
vampires in there?
vampires?
It does. It does
Okay.
say they're slept in
they-
a coffin in Egypt. for
They've been
20
married 49 years.
They have been married 52 years.
Ooh.
There you
So I
go.
was right.
You were
Yalter allegedly tried to smother her husband with a pillow,
right. Oh my God.
bit and physically battered him, the report said. Investigators said the victim was extremely fragile. Of course.
Of course.
It's an old guy.
He can barely lift the postcard.
He had several bruises and open cuts on both his arms and stomach area. The arrest report said he also had open bite marks that were bleeding. This woman is crazy.
I know, but I just want to know what the goddamn
Card
postcard
said.
said. And I want to know, was it Niagara Falls postcard?
Having fun in
Hey,
Yes.
Phoenix.
Hey, what's arrow pointing upward?
Hey, is that fucking idiot Bertha still around?
That's what it.
That,
Hey, if you're still with that bitch,
Why don't you
Burr-
ditch that bitch and get
Hey,
with the hero?
Remember that woman that tried to eat you? Are you still hanging out with her? I don't think you should.
I want her to have gone.
Also, I'm having a great summer.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't see this. I'm not going to put it in an
please,
envelope.
I'm gonna just.
Dear
The whole
Lord-
message will be there for the world to see.
Dear Bertha's future ex-husband, I am fine. How are you?
Who do we know in Niagara Falls? Let me read. Oh, what the hell?
What was Bertha's recent diagnosis? I'm still here.
The fact that she has his address.
I know. I mean,
According to the report, the incident
it is a bit of a.
was captured on a cell phone.
Flip.
Can we see it?
I
mean-
did. They don't have it.
I
They
mean, that
didn't reveal it.
definitely.
It wasn't. It was just. They just typed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was captured in
On
written form.
written
Someone
form.
saw what happened.
No,
and
they didn't type.
documented
They
it.
spoke it in.
Who would have been? Is he filming?
Her going after him, probably.
Yeah.
Put the phone down and defend yourself. I'm not victim blaming, but like we
Or
don't gotta.
use-
Not everything's for TikTok.
Use
And
the
how many
phone.
times did she bite him? I don't care.
Stomach.
I'm only getting bitten
arms.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
At
you're.
most.
I'm,
Yes.
I'm once bitten, twice shy. Hey.
The
Y'all-
first one is like holy shit. The second one is on the push off.
Right.
Yeah, half bite.
Yes.
1.5,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Bite me once.
1.5
shame-
bites.
Shame on me.
Bite me twice.
3 times.
Shame
Your
on
Bertha.
Bertha, right.
God forbid the postcard says, "Hope you still like to get bit."
Yeah.
Because then
You still
Bertha was like, "Oh, you like to get bit?"
Still into
Or
that?
what if they just said, or tell Bertha to bite it?
If any townie out there can find out somewhere what this postcard said, reach out to this local police department. I mean,
Find out.
Jason read the address to where these people live.
Can it be public record?
We know where they live. They put the address. Somebody go over there and ask, "Can I just
What
take a look
is-
at the postcard?"
what is the
It's
post-
on the 3,500th block of Northwest 169th Street in North Miami.
Okay.
Two
Too
and a
many
half
numbers.
bites is 2.5 bites. Charlie Sheen's new cooking show.
Some of his best work.
Okay.
We could be there by tonight.
If we want to.
If
We could
want
be there in the next break. Hey!
All right. Yalter was transported to Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center and is facing charges of attempted murder in the second degree. Now she'll finally get a good night's sleep because of her husband's awful snoring. I just put that
He
in.
died?
No, okay. Aggravated battery on a person 65 years or older and tampering with the victim. We'll get out of here on this.
How old?
How old is Bertha Yalter?
52 years married.
I can show you a
Postcard from
little picture
60
of her.
years ago.
Inventor of
It's
the
not going to
Yalta
help, but I'll show you a picture.
Whoa.
Of this lady.
Wow.
Vampire.
That's Bertha?
That's Bertha.
I'm surprised.
That's the name of the sketch.
That's Bertha? I'm surprised she still has all her teeth. Good for her.
How do you know?
Good for her.
I feel like Berthas are usually larger. I'm glad
Right.
she's a thin lady.
Yeah, it's a
she's
thin Bertha.
She's
Yeah,
a
not
thin
much of a
Bertha.
Gertha.
No Gertha on the Bertha.
Sorry, I apologize for
You
that
know
joke.
what? I'm here for all of it.
Can I get one more gander at her?
You want to take a look?
Take one more look at this crazy gal.
Bertha, don't you
Show
come
it up to the
around
camera,
here
Jay.
Man,
anymore.
It's over here, baby.
I got it.
There it
boop,
is.
boop, 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 boop. All right. All right.
She's just sick of it.
I think she's
Sort of has a Skeletor look about her.
I think she's 84.
Ooh.
I know, but looks good for 84.
I think that's too old. I think this is a lot of cigarette smoke. And
Yep.
I'm going to go 76.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby.
59.
Wait, the
There's
postcard.
a world.
She's 50.
You
Well,
might
by
be
the way,
closest.
she could be way younger. Like we're dating her.
That's what he's saying.
I know. I'm dating her around the. Let me change my.
Let me
I
add
said
this. She's
80.
a great grandmother. Now, does that make it
No, it doesn't.
Not in Florida.
No, I'm just kidding. 69.
69.
I'm switching
Nice.
mine too.
69.
69.
76.
Early 59.
Early 59. One of you is 2 years off.
Oh snap.
Oh, we changed. Oh,
Yeah, you guys can go up and down.
74. 74.
I said 69, 71.
59.
59.
Not
Ain't even changing because one of you
60.
61.
It
Okay,
would be
good,
61. All right, here we go. Get your answers in. Watch
You
Unfrosted.
better.
Watch Dan's special Rose
Go on,
Gold.
friends.
Come see us.
Come
live.
see us live and hang with us. Check
We
some
love
of
doing this.
It's been a
Continue.
treat. It's been a treat to have you on.
Thank you. I
So
love you
fun.
guys so
Love
much.
Love you too. We really do. Bertha Yalter was and is 71 years old.
Oh, looks pretty good. All right, guys,
she
that
does
is the
not.
show.
That's it. The world is still dumb. We decided.
Love you, Bobby Moynihan and
you too.
Daniel Van Kirk. And
Thanks. Same
oh
back at you.
snap, we gotta get back to work.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.